Good afternoon, good evening or good morning. In this video I'm going to do a quick shootout between Custom Shop Les Paul Custom, a 2019 model, and my ESP Eclipse. Okay, let's get on with it. This guitar isn't mine, it belongs to Andy out of Circle of Origin and $1 Billion Alice, who's kindly lent it me for the day to shoot some videos. It is a beast, it's fantastic, I've been playing it and I love it. It's made me want to go and buy a Les Paul Custom, but I think if I do, my wife will cut my balls off if I buy another guitar this month. This guitar is a beast, as you'd expect from a Les Paul Custom. It's a 2019 model. I think it's got the ceramic pickups, the 498s in it. It does scream. Going into the ENGL Fireball, which has been recorded with an SM57, and there's an on-camera mic as well. All the EQs are at 12 o'clock, or all the tonal EQs are at 12 o'clock. The lead gain is on 1 o'clock, presence is on 9 o'clock, and the master volume's on 10. Okay, let's do it. Bridge. That's got a fair bit of sustain on it. Okay, technically. I'll just do the rolling off the volume when it's on the dirt channel to see how it cleans up. There is a taper in the gain from when you're rolling off on the volume, but it does come in fairly quick. That's on 1 with the volume, so it does clean up a little bit. And that is a screamy amp, so you know. By the time you put it on 4 on your volume, it's screaming quite a bit. That's 7. That's max. So while you're rolling off on your volume on this, it don't really come into effect until you go from 10 down to about 7, then you really hear as it's pulling down. As you come in the other way, while you're on 1, it will clean up a fair bit, but as soon as you hit 3, it starts growling properly again. Then in between sort of 3, 5 and 6, there's not a massive rise, but 7 to 10, you know, if that makes sense. Okay, I'll plug the ESP in. Yeah, a massive difference between that Gibson and this is the weight. This weighs about £7, that weighs about 10. This has got locking tuners on it, Oil City pickups, and obviously a far thinner body, slimmer neck on it as well, and there's a volute in the headstock. Okay. The pot on this is scratchy, I need to replace it. This is a lot more toppy than that guitar. There's a lot more bottom end and thump in it, but there's more meat on it. There's more weight in the guitar itself. There's more wood in the body. You know. I mean, I don't know how much difference the pickups make. I'm thinking of changing the pickups for something else in these, because I think these pickups might be a little bit toppy. I'm not sure. Right, see how it cleans up. I think the Gibson cleans up better than this does. This doesn't really clean up with our amp. It's like it does knock off your gain. The Les Paul Custom was quite a bit cleaner, as I remember from a minute ago. That's the sort of gain that was on about 3. This is on 1. Yeah, the taper's not massive on this as well, whereas it's you've got a lot of scope by riding your volume in that more than this. Because although on this guitar it's not on and off, you know, it's still not a massive gradient between it being off and on, if that makes sense. This is also wired back to front with a toggle switch. Than the Les Paul Custom, but I think that may be because it's a brighter guitar. That's the only time I ever use a tone, if I'm doing some sort of review, because I've never used a tone control in my life on a guitar. Now, in fairness, this Les Paul Custom costs almost twice as much as a new one of these. The new version of this would be an E2 Eclipse, because they don't make the ones with the ESP on their stock anymore. The only way you can get ESP is to go to the custom shop, which are £5,000. But that would be a different guitar. Now maybe if I got one of those in and tested it against this, that would be good, but you know, I either need to know somebody who's got an ESP custom shop Eclipse, or I need to wait while I've got more money. But yeah, in fairness, this Les Paul Custom is a lot more expensive guitar. If I could pick any one out of the two, money wasn't like the issue, I'd still pick the Eclipse because it's lighter. And it does sound great, it just doesn't sound like the Les Paul Custom. But I'd rather play this on stage for 2 hours than this. And I think my back would thank me for playing this rather than this one. but this Les Paul Custom, I think it does sound a lot better than the Eclipse. But they're both great guitars, but I think you've just got to accept that each guitar has its strong points. You know, for me, the ESP would also be the one I chose, not just because of the weight, but because of the neck profile. Because I've got small hands, it's easier for me to play a guitar that's got the ESP neck profile rather than the Gibson. I mean, this is not a 59 profile on this by any means, but it's still chunkier than this one. And like I said, it's not uncomfortable, but again, I'd still pick the... Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe on your way out. Cheers.